Alrighty.
Oh my
Hello.
God, Trent, that was the loudest thing ever.
Oh, well, that's on me, I guess. Welcome back, everyone. Trust,
Hi.
Execration, Game 2, Trust taken the victory in some impressive fashion there. So we're going to wind up with a similar scenario here. It'll be Trust, though, on the Dire, and they'll have the 2-3, and then Execration on the rating side with the first pick overall in similar situation because we have the Lone Druid.
Yay!
Woo!
I'm so excited for another Lone Druid game.
I like Lone Druid personally. I don't know, like I don't know. I hate the fact of what he is, and I can understand being a pro and hating him, but I still like the hero. I like seeing him. I used to do this build when it wasn't good, like before talents. Whenever we'd play like in houses and stuff, I used to love playing the Lonely Druid. I'd call it because I wouldn't build the bear and I would just go like butterflies and shit. So it was basically this build. So it's cool to see that build actually super OP now. With and you even get to use your bear for your entangles and stuff. It's great. But
Dota hipster, you played it that way before.
I did. I really did. It was good. And then Gareth totally stole my name and made a video for Join Dota. So you know what? No, I like Gareth. I won't even say anything mean.
Ah, Gareth is great.
Yeah.
All right, Trust going in. They pick up the Centaur Warrunner, and they're gonna stick with their Shadow Demon. They had a lot of luck with it last game. Fei Mao playing it very, very well. We'll see what they're gonna combo that up with. We'll see if they get their paws in the Luna. Execration taking their time with this second pick. They've got the Lone Druid for the late game potential, but they've still got to get some early push going for themselves.
It's true. It's true. I like Lone Druid just again because of the way you can open up with them, and it's really not too brutal. Centaur Warrunner was considered that big counter to him too. I think most people still opt for that. Although the hero, we don't see him too much anymore in like Europe and NA. Just Lone Druid in general. Usually he'll get like banned out in the second phase or something, but he's not this big like first phase deal. And when he was, though, before the slight tweak in 7.02, everyone was just picking Centaur into him. It was considered a pretty good counter. Lets your whole team mobilize, get on top of him, kill him, because it's all about his move speed and his kite ability. And, well, speaking of favorite heroes, the greatest hero in Dota 2, Crystal Maiden.
I love me some Maiden.
Oh, yeah. She's the
a good
best.
Girl. And just, of course, that aura going to be lovely for everyone on our team. I mean, who does that aura jive with the best? I see a lot of CM Sven being played, a lot of CM Juggernaut coming out these days. Anyone else that is potentially going to be thrown at Trust's face?
I think Darkseer's the best. I think he's he's saved by Crystal Maiden now because of his awful new nerf. But yeah, anyone who can spam, of course. Speaking of which, like Shao Demon's a great one. Any position for Roamer is fantastic. Pudge is really good, I think, when you have Crystal Maiden.
I would love me a Pudge, but I don't know if that's going to happen here.
You want to hear the ultimate synergy between Crystal Maiden? This is. You
love
guys are
to hear
welcome.
some
Anyone
synergy.
out there who's drafting, it's all about the Alchemist because you see, when you're playing Crystal Maiden, you go in the jungle and you frostbite the big creeps, right? Then you stack the camp and you frostbite the big creep, but you don't want to kill the small creeps because it's a waste of your time. But you're also giving Aura at the same time, which lets Alchemist, who's your mid laner, spam Acid Spray non-stop. He just throws it out the whole time, and then when he comes to his jungle, there's all these little creeps. And who gets the most benefit out of little creeps in the entire game? Alchemist with Greevil's Greed. It's the ultimate Dota 2 synergy. You guys are welcome.
You want like a Coddle there to get the cooldown reduction?
You don't need them. They're besties. It's all about CM and Alch, no one else. Best friends forever, pinky swears and whatnot.
Ooh.
The real question is she friends with the Ogre or the Alchemist? And that I'm just not willing to divulge right now. But we have an Earth Spirit again.
10 seconds.
Looks like their standing guy likes Earth Spirit, I would say.
5 seconds remaining.
Man, we also got Shadow Demon Centaur Warrunner. Like, that's such a disgusting combination. That's some good stuff. With the Soul Catcher. We just saw how good Earth Spirit and Shadow Demon are with the set with the disruption as well. So comfort stuff for Trust, and why not? They took game 1.
Execration, they definitely got to redeem themselves here. I'm wondering who they do synergize with Crystal Maiden, because an Alchemist is nice, but it seems real greedy with a Lone Druid as well. So I'm thinking the Juggernaut. I mean, that's still been in the pool. It's usually a lot higher demand for these SEA teams. Surprised we've seen it passed over so completely in game number 1.
We'll have to see where they want to go from here. Still eyeing up. Well, it'll be the offlaner in the Nyx. So also very handy for him in terms of spamming. And Chris Main gonna help him out.
I want
10
Visage.
seconds remaining.
Like,
You're just picking total dead heroes.
5
yeah,
seconds
let's get
remaining.
him up. Let's get him revived. Mr. Cat can do anything, dude. He can literally bring
Reserve
heroes back
time.
from the dead.
I don't think you can bring back Visage. That hero's pretty well gone at this point.
No, dude, hear me out. Execration's last 2 picks. Storm, Visage.
All
If
right,
that
so
happens, I want all of the
you can have all
Arcanas.
the credit if that happens. But
No, Arcanas.
oh, Arcanas. Yeah, sure. I'm sure people would throw them at your feet. Shouldn't be too much
If
of a
it's
problem.
actually a Storm Spirit Visage for these last 2 picks, I don't even understand doing it anymore. But either way, Trust gonna be going in, taking a lot of time for their 4th pick here. This is their reserve time that's ticking down low. They don't want to give away too much, but they've got to start picking up the cores for themselves.
10 seconds
Yeah, they could go
remaining.
super safe and go like Jug or something.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, you're a god.
Well, that's the problem, because that's why it took so long. Is because they're looking at this draft from Execration, and they're like, what are they doing? Because you don't know. Lone Druid could be mid. You know the Nyx is going to be off lane, but without a 4 revealed, you don't know how safe your mid laner is going to be. And if it ends up being a mid lone Druid, then you're like, obviously you don't know that matchup yet, but you don't know if he's going to be safe lane. If he's safe lane, do we have to pressure him hard? So Juggernaut is the default. He can go aggro, he can go mid, he can go safe. He can do whatever he wants. Of course, with our Centaur, it's more than likely going to be a well, I don't know if that means it's mid Jug, actually. I feel like that means it's safe lane Jug, but we'll see.
You know who could have some fun in the mid lane for Execration?
Who?
Would you believe me if I was gonna say Shadow Fiend?
Sure.
Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, he's great. He's a good hero. He's pretty much, I mean, he only gets dumpstered by the mids that dumpster anyone, the win lane, lose game heroes like Viper and whatnot. Queen of Pain does well as well. But other than that, Shadow Fiend's in a very good place right now. He's pretty much strong against anyone.
Most likely gonna be our Gabby hero. We'll see if there's gonna be any lane swaps. I think Gabby plays a fair
5
amount of
seconds
Shadow Fiend
remaining.
himself. But anything can get shaken up here. Last ban on the Ogre.
Execration's turn to
They
battle.
gotta ban out one of those spooky roaming heroes. It's gonna make the mid laner's life a little bit more difficult on Trust. Execration going in for their last ban. Trust is gonna be looking for potentially a mid laner or a safe laner, depending on how they feel the Juggernaut can fare up against a Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, they'll just ban out the TA. Makes sense, of course. One of those ones that Shadow Fiend does not want to be up against, and do well for them. And we get ourselves an Undying, so kind of cool. Good synergy with the Crystal Maiden. Be able to run at them early. Be able to just spam decays and some soul rips. And they have to try and figure out what they want to do. Do we want to just sack our Jug mid, send them in there, and not have too fun of a time? But with the Earth Spirit Roam,
5
they could
seconds
OD. But then that's into a Nyx, so that's kind of scary. And they'll Invoker.
They're gonna go back for the Invoker.
Okay.
Definitely played very well in game number 1. They want to repeat that performance. And that means Juggernaut's gonna have a much safer time. I don't think he'll be contested too much in lane. Invoker versus Shadow Fiend. Clearly, Invoker's got the skills required, so I think that's going to be a relatively easy lane for him as well. Trust, I really like what they're starting out with. I think Execration's going to have to execute near flawlessly to get this one done.
I can
How
agree
you
with
feeling,
that.
Pax?
I'm liking the Execration draft, I think. But we'll see. They get the Lone Druid. They have this Undying. I think Undying is on like the lower end of the obnoxious melee supports who kind of run in and disrupt everything. He's
10 seconds remaining.
he's like not quite as beefy as an ogre in some ways. Like he can be if he can make it that far in the fight, obviously. If he gets off those decay stacks and everything. But sometimes he just shows up and gets omni slashed and he's just dead. And he doesn't get that chance to like amplify all the damage and stuff. But I'm gonna have faith. I feel like Lumic's just gonna kill it this game on the Undying. And I think we'll end up with a 1-1 score here.
All right. I want to believe too, but just after after seeing what Trust can put out against a really accomplished team like Execration, and that's, you know, without Lakells, that's without their main core that they're used to playing with. I think they're a very adaptable team, clearly not afraid to take it late, not afraid to go with bold plays. I'm liking Trust more and more as the tournament goes on, but still going to be a tough matchup nonetheless. Now, we got a Juggernaut pick here, Pax. I got to ask, what do you think the Juggernaut Arcana is going to look like?
Well, I've seen some of the animations that Workham tweeted. They look pretty cool. A lot of jumping and spinning, and supposedly a mask that changes on every ultimate.
Ooh.
It's kind of like the Monkey King one, where he gets like these neat looking things. So we'll see. I like Jug. He'll probably get nerfed though once the Arcana comes out for a while. So there's that.
Finn is no longer magic immune.
Well, that would be a dead hero.
Yeah, but they could sell Arcanas.
That's true.
Baymao going in. Gonna get that disrupt onto Lumic. Lumic's blocked in here. He's just gonna have to punch himself out. There he goes.
Oh, the money, the money! Nice micro. That was a good micro. Saved. Saved by the Shadow Demon.
30 seconds.
Very early ward put down here, so who spotted who? That was the Radiant spotting the Dire ward, so... Yeah, you can see Lone Druid is pinging like crazy. There is a ward here. I saw it. I know it to be true. So that'll get dewarded. And who's got... Yeah, Undying's got the Sentry.
Alright, getting back into it. Doesn't look like we're gonna have any real sneaky business just yet. Looks like Lumic and 5593 gonna be perhaps crawling their way into enemy territory, looking for a steal. There are 3 heroes there, as well as, you know, Shadow Demon, Disruption at the ready. Difficult gank to go for, but they'll try. Maybe. Nah, they're good.
Or not, yeah.
Just trying to keep things active. The Bear looking for maybe a snipe here. See if the Bear's gonna get it. Bear don't do it. Alright. 2-2 for the bounty runes. Everyone's starting off with that expected gold. Nothing too spooky just yet, so it's all going to come down to the laning phase here. Now, what do you think is going to be the most one-sided lane?
Most one-sided, eh? Well, top's already looking good for the Dire in the sense that they have this early vision, the D ward missed, so they're going to know exactly when the Undying's here, when he's backed away. And with the spin, got to give some credit to this top lane. It all depends on who gets the first kill, and then the shrine becomes very important. So this is a good start.
Looks like the first kill may come out very shortly. 5593 is going to eat a Sunstrike. He's dealing with the Juggernaut spin as well. The Impale buying him some time, but Faymao still scores first blood with that last little right click coming in. Very well played from our Shadow Demon. Not going to be the most impactful kill. It's not like they just killed off a lone Druid solo, but some good gold coming in for our supports nonetheless.
Yeah, well, and they still even get that stack off, which is huge, but... The Earth Spirit, they did this last game too, where they kept missing these rolls through the disruption to start. So, got to get that fixed up here from Camo.
It's hard to time. It's level 1. He's used to that level 4 timing. Just give him some time to adjust. It's all good. It's like when you go play that new hero for the first time, you gotta miss the first couple last hits to get the hang of it.
Oh, then Mick tries to grab the range creep, and now he can't even get it back in time for the actual wave itself, so... A little bit of a problem there. In terms of this bottom lane, DJ, it looks like he probably already did his jungle stuff. Being with the Lone Druid is great for Crystal Main for that too. Just gives you a lot of space to work in the jungle. And he'll be back there to try and zone out and deal with the Centaur War Runner, but should be relatively okay until the levels start stacking on Lone Druid.
So some calm lanes, like you mentioned, top is going to be a bit iffy for the Radiant, but they're still able to find some stuff. There we go. Impale. Way off the mark there from 5593, so Nick's just going, slapping up some creeps, getting a little bit of experience for himself, and I wouldn't be too surprised to see this top Radiant lane rotating very early on. They're just not going to outfarm the Juggernaut here, and it's worth it to at least thoroughly win other lanes. Mid lane matchup, looking at our farm coming in, it looks like Shadow Fiend, rather, is having a fun time against the Invoker, denying him up pretty heartily. Definitely continuing to apply the pressure. God, we have a Shadow Demon and a Shadow Fiend on this same game. I'm going to mess that up 100 times. Oh. There we go. Disruption into the top lane. The Sunstrike comes through as well. Looks like a repeat of First Blood coming in as the Nyx Assassin can't do anything. Pops into the Carapace, trying to buy himself some time, but another click from PP is going to secure that first kill onto the Juggernaut. Lumic still moving forward, maybe trying to harass back Camo, but it's not going to be happening. Lumic is all on his own in this lane. In fact, Fei Mao may try to turn this back in his face. Has got that disruption up in 2 seconds. He's actually in range of it now. They're going to lose vision of the Undying. Juggernaut going back to farming here, so very well played up from Trust. Now 2 kills in their favor up in this top lane.
Yeah, and that was the actual roll hitting, right? Made that easy.
And again, Lumic just caught out. Disruption into Sunstrike. This is just Invoker being funneled kills.
Yeah, this is just a lane that can either snowball way in control for Execration, and you're just like bullying and fighting into them, or this kind of happens. They haven't even used the Shrine yet, because it's like one guy goes down, the other guy's there at like half HP, so he doesn't want to Shrine yet, and they're not both like... The ideal scenario is you get some kill, you go back, you Shrine, you get another kill, and suddenly you're like a level up on the lane and just punching this Jug out. But it has also meant no rotations for the supports, which means the Shadow Fiend's been having just an excellent time mid, obviously 24 and 15, and destroying this Invoker at 8 and 4. So although it looks bad, and you're like, what the hell are Execration doing? They are securing Nando a very good time here.
Yeah, what the on the Invoker, although he's getting kind of styled on in terms of last hits and a little bit of experience issues, he's getting a lot of assists in the way of just Sun striking right after Disruption, and then top lane finishes off the kill. So lots of global presence already from the Invoker. Definitely some heads-up play from him, and we'll see when the first rotations are going to be coming out. Top lane DJ makes his way in. Crystal Maiden maybe looking to initiate with the Frostbite, but it's still scary. You've now got PP, who's just kind of balling out of control, already with the poor man's shield. Gonna be going. He's salving up. Was that a misclick? Because he was definitely full health.
I'm not sure.
Oh, well, we'll see him coming again. Disruption into that Sunstrike. They get the stun up. Lumic is going to be trying to do whatever he can to keep himself up. Pops into the Tombstone, but he's still going to go down. Now, PP, he's got some zombies crawling on his back, but look how low DJ is already from just 3 hits of Juggernaut Sword. Fei Mao, be looking to go back in as that Soul Catcher ready, but got the Soul Catcher onto DJ. The problem is that Dire getting pretty low. Juggernaut, he's so low. He's got himself a healing ward if he wants to pop it out. He will be able to do so. Sunstrike connects onto Lumic, but 5593 will still get out alive. Very long-winded fight in the end. It still goes the way of Trust, but Execration almost turned that. If they got the kill on the Juggernaut, that would have made it all worth it. Meanwhile, down bottom, NT's going to be stuck into the trees, uses his ult to get out. Double edge onto Gabby. Secures that kill. That is a dead lone druid. Lots of free farm for Centaur now. Next couple of seconds are all going to go his way. Oh, rotation onto Nando. The Shadow Fiend's about to get checked, and he will go down. Camo takes the credit for that kill. Lots of money now rolling in for him. Oh my god, it's just a bloodbath here as DJ is able to find that freeze. They get the kill onto Juggernaut, so it's going to be a 2-for-1 globally.
Yeah, I didn't want to switch bigs. I just assumed I'd miss it because he looked pretty dead, so I assumed just roll into Cold Snap and whatnot.
Yeah, it was actually Earth Spirit that got the kill, though. He was a little far forward and was able to get that last right click. So gold going the way of our supports on the side of Trust. Spreading the wealth out.
Yeah, very important they get something onto that Jug, too. Just bringing him down once, sealing the net worth, too. Just dropping him down now below that Lone Druid, despite all the actions that's been happening up here. And Centaur Warrunner is the guy who's actually killing it right now for the Dire. Having that solo
in terms
kill.
of net worth, he's right behind the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah. Wow, with half the last hits, it's, well, I mean, I guess he's 500 behind, but still impressive in terms of his overall position on the net worth chart. And Nando will go and try and increase his own, though. Not knowing exactly what Earth Spirit's up to. Yeah,
he is level 7 at like 6 minutes in the game. Definitely keeping on top of things. He's got himself a poor man's shield already, going in for an early Vanguard.
Oh, well, that courier just gave away DJ.
Oh, okay.
That's really bad.
Oh, up here in the top lane, we're going to have another initiation. Our Nyx Assassin is going to be fresh out of luck. Goes in, hits the Impale. Sunstrike just barely off the mark. He's going to mana burn Camo. Doesn't have enough for that Boulder Smash anymore. Rotation in from Lumic. Actually, this is going to be a huge pick. If the Radiant can keep this up, the Omni Slash comes out. They find the kill onto the Nyx Assassin. Finally, DJ goes in with that freeze onto the Juggernaut. Going to get disrupted up. Fei Mao buying some time. And now it looks like they are able to get that silence coming forward from the Earth Spirit. PP, though, taking a very peculiar path. Pops into the healing ward. DJ does not have that freeze. Not enough mana for the Frostbite. So it will be PP getting out alive. Risky plays from Trust, but not getting punished by Execration.
Yeah, and at the same time, solo kill down bottom. So he uses ulti to help top, and it looks like not having that might have just screwed him over against Gabby. I'm going to guess probably just into a root kill. Being level 8 at this point, Gabby will start to stack up the damage with the phase boots here.
We got a good game coming on. Nando going to be strolling his way up towards this rune, but it's going to spawn bottom. Arcane rune for the taking. It looks like our Shadow Fiend might be making his way there. Nope, just spending some time out of lane. Meanwhile, up top, it's going real well for this Juggernaut. I mean, he has been killed once in lane, but it's just been farm city for him. He's rolling into the assists right now, getting a lot of kills for himself. He's going to be picking himself up a Ring of Aquila in about 2-3 minutes.
Well, we'll have to wait to see what Nando can get done up here with his rotation. They will see him. Got this ward down here, so I mean he's going to show anyway when he goes to the tower. But this is kind of your standard super farmed mid laner stuff. So your Terror Blades, your Shadow Blade or Shadow Fiends. This is kind of what you want to do around like 10 minutes.
Bottom lane, we got the root. NT going to be able to stomp up that bear. Lucky little root proc, but nothing going to come of it. Radiant, they're pushing their luck in the top lane. I mean, it looks like Shadow Dean doesn't really care. He's like, alright. Flapping away on this tower. That's free farm for the Invoker now, who's still sitting mid lane while Nando rotated. Now Fei Mao moving forward, thinking about going in for the disruption. The rest of his team is there. Tombstone dropped back just to zone out the Shadow Demon. It will secure them a kill. That's early tower gold going the way of Nando. What the pressuring mid lane, but 5-5-9-3 is now there to rotate. We'll see if they're going to go in for kills. Meanwhile, down bottom, there's going to be the Centaur ult popped out. They get the disruption onto Crystal Maiden, but a nice Savage Roar keeps her safe. Up top lane, PP going to keep the momentum rolling. Goes in onto Nando. Didn't even have to commit the Omni Slash for that.
That's
Finds
weird.
the kill with Blade Fury alone.
He must have just been farming low or something. That's kind of crazy.
I think there was a stack going on in this camp, and he just got greedy.
Yeah. So we watch bottom for that, but yeah, nice save with the Savage Roar down bottom though. That's a pretty sick play. And it does keep him at the top of the net worth share now with the Shadow Fiend going down. So we'll see if Nando will rotate probably back mid and aim for this tower. Again, just trying to take advantage and scouting out. I think that was spotted, yeah. They would have had vision there thanks to that ward on the other side. So what does out of there?
Centaur's done with his hood now, going to be flying that in, so we can keep double edging. I mean, these double edges have been lethal, and now that he's not going to take as much damage, it's going to be even spookier for Execration.
Smoke up here for
Speaking
the
of spooky
Dire.
for-
Oh, maybe not. I just see the pressure coming. No need to waste the smoke, but good use of the sentry there to make sure no one knows exactly how many are committed to defending here.
I like that Execration are starting to rotate, really early together, starting to group up earlier than we usually see. Now, Centaur, I mean, he just comes all in. He doesn't have a Stampede. He's super
God, he's
tanky
beefy.
there. You see him popping into that hood, and that's just giving him so much extra health to work with. And all right, he's frozen up. I mean, he should have been dead here like 6 times, but he just ate all the damage, and now Execration, they're starting to run a little bit low on mana. The Crystal Maiden aura keeping things going, and this tower will eventually fall. No deny comes in. The Invoker tried for it, but Nando just hits too hard.
Yeah, Nando's fine. After the death, he's already back up to max souls. Just roaming around with his team, doing his thing. Shadow Fiend Dota. He's got himself that 20 attack speed. Look at him destroy these Ancients. Oh, this hero is... I friggin' love Shadow Fiend. My favorite hero to watch. It's just, he's the Dota hero. He's the classic.
I feel like he's one of those heroes that's real fun to watch, but never turns out that way when I play him, so I've just learned not to get too excited about it. Oh, smoke coming in from the Dire. Trust. They're looking to get aggressive, get angry here. They need to bring one of their damage dealers, though, because they've got great disable with Fei Mao and Camo, but they need to actually finish off the kills somehow.
Oh, they got Orbital, though. Just pew pew. Don't even have to bring in your Invoker. What are we at now?
4G's coming in.
350 pure damage.
Oh, here we go. DJ could be the unlucky target, but looks like the smoke actually might be popped from around town. We got the Nyx Assassin moving forward. I mean, he's just going to get completely dropped. The Spike Carapace preventing some initiation, but look at that. Oh, nice Impale. Buying some time. Unfortunately, the Nyx does still go down. It costs them their Earth Spirit, though. NT trying to get out. Will get rooted. Oh, no. That's 3 heroes down, trading only for a Nyx. Not
Nicely
worked
done.
for Trust Gaming right there.
That was a bold attempt to get out there on that one. But yeah, that was what should have been like a pretty easy wraparound, you would think. Like, you feel like you're in such a good spot, and then Nyx saves the day.
Yeah, Nyx went and popped that smoke, forced that distraction from Trust Gaming, and the rest of Execration were able to get in a great position for that. So well played. They're going to secure a tier 2 tower off of this. Like PP going in for some harass in the tier 1, but this is Execration rotating and pushing faster than Trust is able to right now. Trust still need their big items before they're going to be that mobile and that aggressive.
Oh man, PP's having a rough game.
PP. Oh, he's going to get impaled here. And they've got the lockdown. Now Nando can just dump the raises on him. One more hit secures a killing spree for Nando. Juggernaut just got way too bold there. He was out past the river with no vision on any of the Radiant heroes.
Yeah, great example of just not using your Vendetta damage right there as well from 5593. Even though in the early game it's super tempting. Like late game you're always like, okay, well it's not as relevant. It's all about the stuns, but just knowing how farmed Nando is and how much damage you can output as a Shadow Fiend this early, you know, ensuring the kill there by not trying to offer in his own damage as well. And yeah, that was a pretty risky position, right? I mean, this whole top lane was available, but he's giving that to his Evoker, so he's trying to be that risky guy farming, and it does not pay off. And Iron Talon invested means that this Yash is even further away, and Execration are certainly not waiting to fight.
Execration go in, they get a second tier 2 for themselves, so this gold is starting to spiral out of control. Looking at the overall net worth, it's 13 minutes in, there's a 4,000 lead, and early Roche coming out for Execration. We'll see if Trust is going to want to punish, but I think they're just going to savor this time to themselves.
And Invis Rune too when they come out of this, so we have our Maelstrom, we got our Dragon Lance, we'll have our Midas soon on our Nyx Assassin. Earn done for Lumic as well, so the group up will just continue. And
Roshan's getting low. Juggernaut's making his way towards the pit, but going to be dipping in towards the mid lane instead. So lack of vision is going to cost them the Roche contest, and PP is actually in some trouble as Lumic comes, just trying to punch him, zone him away. Execration are feeling very much in control of this game right now.
Man, look at him leave that sentry for his Shadow Fiend, or this Observer for his Shadow Fiend. Look, he's pinging like, dude, come on, I'm saving you the goal. Fine, I will take it. Fine. All right, there. Finally got a Shadow Fiend's attention.
Ooh. 5593 is going to be surrounded here by Dire Heroes, but he's just scuttling his way through the jungle. The Radiant Vision right here is a little bit lacking. They've got some good vision scouting out movements into the Radiant jungle. Near that rune spot, they've got good vision near the tier 2, but...
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Excited to see Lumic into level 10. That's a 90 GPM. Ridiculous. Hard to... Oh, man. Minus 30 respawn time. Holy.
I feel like we just don't see pros going with the minus respawn time because you shouldn't be dying that much anyway, especially as the Undying. He's appropriately named. So I made a joke.
It's pretty funny. I liked it.
That's my 6 a.m. jokes.
Yeah.
Enjoy. That's the cream of the crop right there.
Yeah, it wasn't too shabby, actually. Yeah, no, it's just... 90's pretty good for this early in the game, too.
Is this going to be like a tier 3 push at 15 minutes? And it looks like
you at
the
least
Trust are
want
gonna
them
try
back.
to contest this.
Yeah, I mean, you have a Force Staff. Like, he's pretty safe. He's got an Aegis. Oh, they could aggressively Force Staff. They get Vision of NT here.
Oh, they're thinking about it. Got himself a Stampede. There's a lot of lockdown on Execration right now. TP coming in from the Invoker as well. PP thinking about going in for the Omni Slash, but they're all huddling near their creeps. Like Execration will make the call to back off, maybe push in towards mid. Either way, all of the tier 3s now down on the side of Trust Gaming. They still need to break those tier... I said tier 3s, didn't I? I meant tier 2s. They still need to break a tier 3 to get the shrines.
Yeah. No chance yet, but still plenty of time. There's Aegis. No other objectives really to go for, though, so... it might be one of these times where you get an Aegis and it's just a little bit too early to do too much. You don't want to crazy commit. It just gives you a lot of time to farm. And there's really nothing too wrong with that. So
Lots
the full
of farm,
Hurricane
lots of
Pike's done.
safety.
Yeah.
And of course the Roshan given 200 golds, all the Radiant is just keeping their net worth advantage rolling.
I like what Nando's doing here, just going right for the blink too. I think if you don't have Aegis, it'd be kind of tempting to go BKB on the Shadow Fiend and just like high ground rush kind of deal. And just like try and guarantee it, but instead with the Aegis, it means you can go for this extra mobility. He'll still have to rely on this Nyx hitting something, which can be difficult without a blink and sentry there. What they'll be okay. Oh, now he'll know though. Thanks, Catapult. Betrayal.
Maybe more TPs back. Juggernaut really wants to find some space for himself. There is going to be some push onto this bottom
Alright,
tower,
that is a
but
lot of free damage.
yeah, they gotta go back and defend.
Unhealable damage.
Oh my, where's our Treant Protector now? Ooh, kick in is going to connect onto two. The Carapace clips onto the Earth Spirit, but low siege coming down from the low ground. Nando's going to move his way forward. Hurricane Pike at the ready, but Tombstone just to zone. Fortify committed by Trust, but I think it's just delaying the inevitable. Down bottom, our Juggernaut was able to find the kill onto the tier 2, but it comes at the cost of a tier 3, and that seems just a little bit too steep to come back from. And these racks, well, they're getting sieged down. Tornado is going to be coming in along with that deafening blast and the meatball, but most of the damage dodged out. What the is now almost fully out of mana, has to go Shrine up to keep this defense going. Pops into the EMP, but again, no one really cares. DJ able to land the Frostbite. Now the Centaur is going to be stuck up, saved by that disruption coming forward. Stampede comes through. Nando able to force himself over the ice wall. PP goes in, able to pop the Aegis with the Omni Slash, but now Juggernaut's fresh out of mana. This is going to be a respawning Shadow Fiend with full health, full mana. What the? Barely stands a chance here. Goes back in with another Tornado, but these racks are now getting focused down, and I don't think there's anything the Radiant can do about it. That's a full lane of racks lost. A full lane of Super Creeps gained for Execration at 18 minutes in.
Yeah, playing the draft correctly. Very nicely done. Don't lose anything except the Aegis. And they just back away towards the shrine. So everything going according to plan here for Execration. Perfect use of that first Aegis. Again, slightly difficult to execute, but the Blink Dagger really helped out to allow him to re-engage when he respawned right on top of the Invoker and force what the back. So paid for itself. He now has money for a second Blink Dagger if he wanted, but I think he'll probably go towards that BKB. Makes a lot of sense.
We haven't had a kill in about 5 minutes.
Is that right? That sounds about right. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the Roche and everything. Yeah, I guess when they killed the Jug, that was the last time. 15.5 minutes, so. You are quite correct.
Dirty game coming in, dire. I mean, they did find themselves this bottom tier 2, as Radiant was occupied elsewhere, but I think Trust are okay with that. They don't really mind losing control of their jungle if they gain a full lane of Super Creep stop. They've got
We're waiting
pretty
for
much
some. Oh, he's gonna blink right in on Nando. Oh, nice force staff. That was close.
Lots of Radiant pings. You can see them being like, all right, get him. They're asking to be killed, and it looks like Fei Mao may end up eating it for his team. Force staff forward, and Nando is dominating 4 and 2 on that Shadow Fiend, and he's going to be getting himself a BKB. He's got the gold for it in just a couple of hundred.
Yeah, he's farming like crazy, and 5593 dipping out of the more traditional build here. And he's going to aim in towards an Atos, which is kind of cool. This game, pretty good. It's got pretty long range. It can easily set you up for the Impale. I've been seeing Pudge Atoses in some of my my games, and I was laughing quite a bit. I thought it was really funny. It's like, it's actually super obnoxious when you're on the enemy team, though, because there's this stupid Pudge that, yeah.
Full cancer.
Yeah, he misses hooks all game, and he just buys this Atos, and, like, he just Atos you from far away and hooks you. I couldn't help but laugh, though. It was so funny. It was like, it's like easy mode Pudge.
I've seen Pudgers that just don't hook, and they just force staff and blink and like to dismember onto you. That one's fun, because you want to die. All of a sudden, there's a Pudge right on your butt.
How about PP?
He's TPing back.
No.
So close.
Yeah.
So close. The Vendetta Strike, though, just a big plop of damage you can't deal with.
No. What's that level? Oh, he didn't go for it. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Oh, no, he just hasn't skilled it yet, I guess. So there you go. 400 bonus damage next. Whew. Oh, yeah, he takes the mana burn instead. Fair enough. Not appreciating the 10-second duration or the cooldown reduction on our Nyx.
Shadow Fiend, he hits his level 15 and goes for the 6% spell amplification instead of the health. I think he doesn't care how tanky he is, because Dire aren't killing him anyway, let's be real.
Yeah, seems highly unlikely. Not usual to go for the spell amplification in a lot of games, but when you're like rushing this hard, it can make sense. Probably also the only time, you know, if he was magically level 25, you could even see the raise cooldown, but that's got to be one of the least likely talents I've seen.
I mean,
it's cool because it's
maybe
like
he goes like ethereal Dagon Shadow Fiend.
you need like something like hold him in place or something. I don't know. It's weird because you have to
like a Nyx with Impale going for an axe.
Exactly, the dream.
It's going well for Execration. Execration. Looking at overall net worth, it's about 13,000 in their favor. XP is going to be a little bit less dramatic, about 4,000 going their way, but it's still really tough for the Dire now. These Lena racks are going to keep being a problem. What the having to go back and deal with these supers. They're given a little bit less gold, so it's just slowing down the Radiant, and I think the Dire. And the Dire had a lineup that really revolves around being able to rotate early and not fall behind, so it's very tricky to try to come back when there's a lone druid that's just walking all over you. The Shadow Fiend that's going to be farmed to hell, 15,000 net worth on him already, and got 2,000 more gold to work with on top of this Blink Dagger. Does he go back for the Silver Edge, or does he have enough mobility with both the Blink and the Hurricane Pike?
I think he just needs like standing items, so like items that let you just stay in place. Could go like Scotty or something along those lines. Manta would be good. That's the way I would envision him building. Could also just go for like straight up damage too, MKBs or things like that. That's sort of an idea. 5593. He's on the hunt. Still level 1 Vendetta. So that it's kind of interesting. Well, he's got an arcane rune, so that
solo
helps.
PP here. Oh, that's so cheeky.
He needs
trying to go
DJ
through.
to like run over with an ulti probably.
At 593s, he's thinking about it. He goes in for the healing ward, but that's just going to be a screw you jug instead of a I hope you die jug. A little bit of mercy shown from the Nyx assassin. Gonna get pinged out here. Nyx may end up giving his life. There's a Sunstrike coming in. He's silenced up. He will die. It's at the cost of another Roche and an Aegis onto the lone druid. So overall, I'd say that's some Nyx distraction tactics at their best.
Yeah, I had to laugh there because Gabby had the bear attacking Roche, and as Roche was dying, he was trying to like time it perfectly that like the last hit of Roche would be like going off as Roche died, and then the bear was TPing home at the same time, and Roche just bashed the bear, so he couldn't send it home. It was just really funny. He just like canceled the bear's TP. It's kind of great. But yeah, nice pick off. And this is what this draft was supposed to do, right? You have Soul Catcher and Sunstrike. You're supposed to go around the map, find these kills. You have Soul Catcher and Centaur. Like, when you have those heroes here, this just blows up. I mean, like, look how much damage it does. But, like, that's with so little commitment. You can understand what the idea was here. And, oh, nice fear.
Is this going to be... Oh, my goodness.
That was pretty sick.
This is Trust just getting completely rotated on. Can they find the freeze? They have the Frostbite. Not in time. EP out from the Shadow Demon, but that seems like it's only delaying everything. We've got Shadow Fiend and Lone Druid taking a really big net worth advantage over the Invoker, and if they're relying on the Jug to come online, they've got a while to wait. He just picked up his Maelstrom, he's got himself a Manta, but he can't contest the damage coming out of Execration right now. He's just not survivable enough.
Yeah, DJ's on the hunt.
NT is in some trouble, gonna get froze up. He's got himself a Centaur ulti if he needs to, also has that Hood of Defiance, but they're gonna go through, they find the fear to cancel the TP, and now it's just gonna be Centaur trying to live. He's gonna be ulting, but just can't escape the damage. He's gonna be moving forward. Gabby able to force staff himself onto the low ground and finds the kill. The rest of the Dire now rotating in. The BKB pop from Shadow Fiend. Gonna be a big one there. That's gonna be his 10-seconder.
They have creeps bottom, though. Yeah, Wata's got to hurry on these. And he also has the Aghanims this time for the defense, so some important tools now for Trust, and they're not out of this one quite yet. If they could find a fight right now, if Execration get ahead of themselves, they could be in big trouble. Just because Nando's sitting on 4,900 gold, so just erase that from his net worth, because it's not doing anything right now, and they're starting to go high ground. Okay, he's going to go for the butterfly, so just your typical stand item.
Juggernaut, he's making his way forward here, but Juggernaut, he's in some trouble. Has to go Shrine up. Still has his Omni Slash ready, but it's a very difficult hold. Atos onto the Invoker, just keeping him in place while the rest of the Radiant continue to siege. DJ gonna go ahead, get Soul ripped up. Nice and fat Crystal Maiden, and again, this tier 3 just getting worked away from the Shadow Fiend with the Dragon Lance. He can just stand back and hit from all the way back down. NT goes in, gets that double edge onto Gabby, but it's gonna cost him here. Everyone getting completely plummeted. The Roots, oh, they're doing so much. Gabby may end up going down to this Magnetize. It's only an Aegis, though. We'll end up losing Shadow Fiend. He's got himself a buyback, but
it's a great hold
for now.
Yeah,
They'll lose their Juggernaut, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Really unimpactful.
Well, he's doing what he has to do. He has to spin in there and try and clear out these creep waves and like force them onto the high ground and stuff. And that's just it sucks, but that's what he has to do. That's his job. All he's doing is enabling the Invoker for right now, and he can catch up through split push. He'll just be sending these mantas, using this Maelstrom, and the tier 3 didn't matter, right? Once you've lost one, it's not that big of a deal. Trust, that actually is a massive, massive hold. And again, a large part of that because you're sitting on 5,300 gold in the Shadow Fiend. Like, it's so risky in this patch ever since we had any sort of things as comeback mechanics and how strong they are to do something like that.
Oh, the bear. 4-stab forward. They're going to miss the stomp on it. They want to go for Gabby himself, but that's a fast boy with his phase boots.
But, I mean, that net worth still counts towards comeback mechanics and stuff, right? So, they need to be very careful on the side of Execration. And now we need those ganks to come into play. You need this double edge to work in with your Soul Catcher. I mean, 400 damage boosted with a Sunstrike on top. They can still solo anyone they find.
Shadow Fiend needs one component off from a full butterfly. That's going to make it even more difficult to lock down Nando. And Juggernaut just certainly does not have the farm to go MKB right now.
And I'll be a ways away from that. That'll definitely be just waiting out the BKB. They'll have to try and bring him down after that. Though, shout out to Camo again here on the Earth Spirit. Made a lot of plays during that last fight. The Magnetize. And just kind of zoning back. Everyone from Execration was like, instead of committing to the whole fight, they're like backing away, trying to live through the Magnetize, but they end up just going down anyway. Like that lone Druid when he lost the Aegis and stuff. So, certainly having himself a good game so far. But they still got Midases on Execration, eh? DJ 3200 5593 on his way in towards a 4-staff with that new Blink too.
There we go. Slow Siege coming in. Boulder Kick committed from the Earth Spirit, but that's maybe another Slow Siege coming out. We'll see if Dire can have another successful hold. Lumek is going to be eating some damage, but able to hop into the Flesh Golem form to cancel some of that out. And here we go, 4-staff forward. Undying going to be stuck in the ice wall, going to be eating a solo Omni Slash. They get the Undying down, and it might just be enough to drive off Execration for now.
Yeah, they need to get these Mantis pushing bottom too, or like someone needs to. Looks like it'll just be PP. They're having some issues controlling the lanes and the waves, where the creeps are just getting too close to the base. Now we have backdoor backup and enabled though, and they need to just keep spamming these waves. Like, they're doing a great job with the tornadoes, but the problem is, like, even when they're spamming out mid, there were still creeps down here, so things would have been very risky had that Omni Slash not obliterated the Undying, but they did. So well played again here from Trust, and they continue to hold. Very impressive stuff from them today.
And do you think Trust can actually swing the momentum back in their favor, or is it just delaying the inevitable?
No, I think they can definitely win this game. I don't think they're out of this at all. Juggernaut is so good, like, because we saw that problem, right, where he was spin TPing earlier and he got bursted down by right clicks. Eventually that doesn't happen. Like, he will be the point that, and plus that was like every hero. Mind you, if there's a lone Druid and a Shadow Fiend, it's still going to happen, but he has a very real potential for split push. I mean, he's on a tier 3 right now.
He's going in for that split push. The Fortify committed. PP does have the TP if he needs to get back home. It looks like a second lane of Rax are going to be on their way down. 4-staff in. This lone Druid is going to be stuck in the high ground. He's going to go back in. Nando uses his ult now. But no one on Trust is going to be getting low. In fact, they're ready to contest this. The Rax are falling, though. The Bear nibbling away at it. Let's see if what that's going to be going in for any clutch plays. Has the Deafening Blast. Will clip onto the lone Druid. The Bear does get low. Is bursted down by the EMP. Stampede, though, allows Lumek to find the kill on NT. Not going to be enough to save the Centaur. Now Blink up. Fei Mao makes it back to the high ground. These Racks are still getting low. Look at PP just get clobbered by the right clicks of Nando. That's exactly what Execration want. They get a kill for themselves. They get a full lane of Racks. And they're ready to rotate here. Backdoor protection is down, so they can go ahead and try to siege the tier 3.
Yeah, I feel like Trust are playing well, but they can't quite control the waves, probably just because of the overall farm deficit as well. Whereas, like, Gabby and Nando are just absolutely obliterating them. So, like, we have that Jug split push happening, but you let a wave get right to your Racks.
Just feels like Jug has so much weight on his shoulders, and he's going to be picked off. Now, does have buyback, will immediately spend it. It's now or never. Gabby going to go ahead, get cold snap down. Can they catch up, though? Looks like Fei Mao's going. He's dropping everything he's got. He goes in for the Purge, but he'll give his life for that. Nando, though, this could be a huge kill. The Omni comes out, and they do find the Shadow Fiend. That's going to be almost 900 gold. Great to PP, but PP's in a little bit too deep here. He just fought back. He can't afford to die.
DJ's getting a double kill in the back line. What?
Oh no, Juggernaut, it's going to be a dieback here. Buybacks coming in from the rest of the Dire side. Juggernaut's limping away, will eventually get back up on top. Can they actually kill the Shadow Fiend here? This is super necessary. Nando BKB's just in time. The hoof stop won't connect. And now it looks like NT's the one in trouble. Oh, he's so low. Will eventually go down. And PP, he's trying to spin away, but the right clicks are too much. He reinitiated when he should have just backed. And this may just be game. Juggernaut dead for 90 seconds, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, no Sunstrikes there to come in. Well, apologies to DJ, my friend. I feel bad that we missed all that because of the jug chase. Although the more important kill, so we had to follow Juggernaut and see if he would have went down, and then eventually, of course, he did. But it looks like he must have had some sick double ultimate because he ended up killing the Invoker and the Earth Spirit with the help of someone else. But I think Nick's maybe throwing out some stuns or something. But either way, rush time, and this is very important. Oh, the kill! Oh, that was close.
Oh,
nice
Older
cheesy.
Kid coming in, immediate cheese gobble, Lone Druid on it. Lumic may end up going down. He's super low health. Centaur speeding after him. They do get the kill on the Undying, but Nando, he's still up. He's still fighting. Faye now getting very low as well. He's frozen in place. Invoker dumping everything he can, but DJ's got the BKB into the ultimate. It's not going to secure any more kills for their team, but already 3 heroes dead on Trust. The Juggernaut, he's still sitting patiently in the well. Unfortunately, Trust just not going to be able to be fast enough or mean enough to make that Roche punishing. Execration, they're still getting everything they want, and they're looking for Megas right here. They should be able to find them pretty quickly.
Yeah, this should
10
be
seconds till Juggernaut's up, and I don't know if you hold against Megas. There's only so much this lineup can do.
Yeah, very nice job by Execration to close this one out. I think it was getting a little bit scary, but they held fast. Kept the pressure going. DJ got a BKB. Did some work, and now they got Megas.
Mega creeps up. They're going in. This Invoker bites the dust, and maybe NT finds a kill on the Crystal Maiden. Maybe he doesn't. Oh, God. Just barely finds the kill on the Crystal. It's going to cost him everything they got as well. PP, he's coming in. He's angry. He wants to find the kill into Nando. They pop his Aegis, but now PP's in a dangerous position. Gabby getting low, but with the Shadow Fiend respawning, it is so tough. Nando goes forward, and the GG is called out as its only Juggernaut left alive. Well played, Execration. Buying this series up 1-1. Just
Get
like
him!
called.
Oh! Game ended. He almost got the kill on the Jug, but that was the end of it. So, yeah, very well played there from Execration. Looking a lot cleaner this game. Trust not able to get this whole Sunstrike, Soul Catcher, burst damage because they had some pretty great heroes. I did like their draft, honestly, from Trust, but Lone Druid Dota, good group up play, played to the absolute benefits of Shadow Fiend as well as the Undying, and it was a very solid last pick there for Execration. Worked out well from Lumic, and shout out to DJ too. Just all around great play, honestly, from everyone at Execration.
Definitely going to be an interesting series wrapped up now, but we're not done with Execration, are we?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
They're going to be coming back at us. We got another series starting, well, technically now, but I think they might give them a little bit of a break.
Yeah, we'll probably end up
Stick
giving them
around.
like a 10 or 15 minute break, just so you guys are aware.
Mr. Cat, far from over here on this glorious Sunday morning.